welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for October the 21st through October the 27th. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you for supporting this channel and welcome back. Okay, so these readings are for your sun, moon, and rising. And they are for the collective. So please take what resonates and just leave the rest. Sometimes the messages can be very specific if spirit wants to contact a particular person over a particular situation. So if you would like a more tailored and in-depth personal reading, click on this link here. That will take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. Now, these... before I mention anything else, I do have a Facebook group, and that I do a live stream every 2 weeks in that Facebook group, and it's either about the new moon or the full moon. So coming up, we'll have the new moon coming up this week. So I will be doing a live stream at some point this week in that group, and we look at how you receive that the new moon or the full moon, whatever it is, in your sign. So it's very interesting, and I do that live, and I also have tarot cards on hand to answer questions. Now, another way to support this channel is through Patreon. So click on this link for Patreon and check out my Patreon page. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That's huge for me, maybe not so much for you, but it really helps. Now, what else? Lastly, these readings come in three sections. One is the intro, which is this. Then there's the astrological reading. And then there is the tarot card reading. And I will have skip times to all of those in the show more section below, as well as links to other videos. Sometimes it takes me a minute to update the links to the videos, but hang in there. Or you can also look at the playlist for October, and you can find all the videos in there. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. Now, what an incredible, powerful celestial sky we have this week. First of all, of course, it's all about culminating in the new moon on Sunday. But before that, on Monday, Venus is trine Neptune. Now, this is Monday, October the 21st, and that happens at 3:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a harmonious aspect, and it brings in an intense appreciation for the arts, especially music and painting. You may have a stronger than normal inclination towards spiritual endeavors, or the mystical arts, such as astrology and tarot and Wiccan and things like that. Now, there could be a tendency to kind of sacrifice yourself, to be a little over generous and magnanimous. So that nature that can come out in all of us could leave you open for others to take advantage. Fortunately, Venus is also sextile to Saturn. So Saturn will rein that overly generous nature. It'll rein it in a bit, give it a little structure so that you won't be too generous and you won't be easily taken advantage of. But it is something to keep in mind. Now, the sun moves into Scorpio on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. It's your month on the zodiac. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, things get a little more serious and perhaps more intense. It's important. Our relationships are more important. And also authenticity and honesty. We won't be interested in what's the word I'm looking for? Shallowness, or if someone's not quite who they seem to be, we don't have time for that. When the sun moves into Scorpio. Now, at the beginning of the week, we have 2 planets in Scorpio, Mercury and Venus. And then as we move to the new moon on Sunday, October the 22nd, there'll be 4 planets in Scorpio, because new moons are when the sun and the moon are adjacent, are right next to each other at the same degrees. They're almost on top of each other, right? So, the full moons are when they're opposite, the new moons are when they're together. This is a wonderful time to make intentions. And this is a new moon in Scorpio. So it is very emotional. It's very deep. It's very intense. Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So there's a lot of Plutonian and Scorpionic energies going on this month. So Pluto is about the planet. It's the planet of transformation, right? So this new moon will give us a chance to really go deep and see what kind of behaviors are holding us back. What needs to change in our lives? Perhaps we need to let go of some people, or a place. Perhaps we need to move. Perhaps we need to let go of some things or some behaviors. It's about searching, going really deep and searching what triggers certain reactions in us, and how can we change that? Are we smoking? Are we overeating? Are we overworking, gambling, perhaps taking drugs, maybe not exercising or taking care of ourselves? Are we sabotaging ourselves in some way? This is an opportunity to co-create with the universe and really go deep within. Transform your life through purification, through Let me tell you, I have been working with Pluto this last week or 2, and that's why you haven't heard much of me online, because I have been in deep, not just cleansing, really purification, getting rid of all my old files. I had these files from, the 90s. So I've been shredding for days and deep cleaning. Everything's been moved. It is plutonic. So if you can do that, it feels so amazing. I have reorganized my whole home and my workspace, so everything kind of flows a lot more easily. So this is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to look at yourself and how you react. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. It's going to be quite a challenging week, because at the same time, the new moon, that's the moon and the sun, right, are opposite Uranus. Now, this can mean volatile moods and mood changes, and our energy levels may fluctuate. This is really important to resist the urge to react. It can be rebelliousness, and anger can come up. So breathe before you react, and perhaps it might be more prudent to stay quiet. If you have the urge, that impulse to react, resist that. Now, earlier on the same day, Sunday is a whoa, one of those days. It's like a whoa. It's a hot topic day. So I would be aware of Sunday. These energies are a few days before and a few days after. Excuse me. And the energy of the new moon will carry us forward. So look, this is an intention that we need to make at this new moon of how we can change our life going forward and improve it. It's like, what can we change fundamentally about ourselves? What is possible to change? This energy is behind us for this change. It's got our back. Now, earlier in that day, Mars squares Saturn. This can bring up control issues. This is all about control. It can be about manipulation. It's almost like you have to take control of everything. And people and situations. Now, in extreme situations, you may express cruelty or perhaps even violence to get your way, or somebody may perpetrate that against you. So this is really important because this, manipulation and anger and cruelty comes from fear, really. That's the underlying emotion is fear. So strive to find out what that fear is, where it comes from. It will give you a better understanding of yourself and perhaps some self-awareness. And when you have that, then you can start to change those things. So this new moon will help in that discovery, the self-discovery and self-awareness. So it is really one of those, this week is all about going within. It's about searching for solutions. It's about searching for the root and help you to understand. Because when you understand, it takes the power out of that fear, right? It stops you from reacting out of emotional fear. Okay, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Libra, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for October the 21st through October the 27th. And, excuse me, this is for Libra. Libra, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for October the 21st through October the 27th? 3 cards for Libra, please. 3 cards for Libra. 1. 2 more cards for Libra. 2. 1 more card. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go to clarifying cards for Libra. Please excuse me, I'm coughing a bit, spluttering a bit. I'm feeling under the weather. I have not been taking care of myself. I've been working way too hard and not sleeping enough. So it's just, this is what happens. Very Queen of Cups. Okay, this is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra through these clarifying cards for October the 21st through October the 27th? Please clarify. Oh, there we go. Please clarify. There we go. And please clarify. Oh, okay. Take a look at your cards, Libra. The first card out for you is the Moon, clarified by the Page of Wands. Then you have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the 7 of Wands. And then you have the 9 of Wands, clarified by the 2 of Cups. Excuse me, sorry, I need some water. All right. The first card out for you, Libra, is the Moon. And the Moon is all about the divine feminine energy. She's the maternal, the motherly energy, right? The maternal energy. It's about nurturing. And we've got this new moon coming up, and this is a wonderful opportunity to make an intention during this moon. What is it that you want? What do you want? What do you need in your life? Because this is all about the things that you need. So what is it that you need in your life? What do you need to change, perhaps, you know? Also, the moon's about shedding a light on the truth, shedding a light on things. And look, this is this new moon is in Scorpio, so it's about digging deep. It's about self-awareness. It's about changing something about us, transforming it. So I feel that you will see, if you go deep, you will see some truths and you will be able to change that part of your life. And clarifying the moon is the Page of Wands. So this is an opportunity coming in for you. This is a time, and pages are messengers, but what I'm getting, I really do think that you are going to get the message of awakening. You're going to kind of awaken at this time. And, we have Uranus opposite the new moon. This is about, spiritual awakening. But this is what you can manifest in your life. And so this is an opportunity to look at the truth of a situation that we may have not seen before. This is finding something out about ourselves that can empower us and help us to move forward to the next phase of our life. And the next card you have is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about a new beginning that kind of, you almost want to give up. It's that kind of thing, because blocks are, you're blocked at every angle. It's like you can't seem to move forward with this idea or this project or whatever it is. And this is saying, don't give up, because when the Ace of Swords comes in, it's the Ganesh of the tarot. It's like the remover of blocks. Things are going to, now it's not it's akin to being in a jungle in thick vegetation, and you can't get anywhere, you're stuck, and then a big machete, someone gives you a big machete and you can carve a path out, right? At the time when you're stuck, that's like the best thing in the world anyone can give you. But it is hard work and it's elbow grease. So this is saying, yes, don't give up, but put the work in. Roll up your sleeves, put some elbow grease into it. You've got to make this happen. If you stand there with a machete, it's not going to wield itself. You've got to wield it. You've got to wield this sword, right, for a path forward. And look, clarifying that is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is about standing your ground in a way that you're not compromising your values. So don't go with peer pressure, because everyone's like, oh, forget this, it's not worth it, let's go. And you're like, no, I know this is going to work, look, I'm going to carve this path, we're going to get through this. It can be that, it can be literally, I always use the analogy of being in a jury. Being on jury, and you've been on this long case, and then it's time to, it's wrapped up and you've got to make a decision. Everyone's saying guilty, and you have a slither of a doubt. There's something that's making you doubt. And yeah, it's Friday night and everybody wants to go home, and they're pressuring you, and it would be easy for you to go home, right? Yeah, guilty. But you can't, because your heart is telling you that this, there's doubt there. And so this is about standing your ground, and even when it's uncomfortable, it's not easy, it's about not compromising your values. So you have to come from a higher perspective, right? So it's like, what? My heart, my higher self is saying this isn't right. I need to follow my gut feeling, and I need to follow my heart, even though no one agrees with me and everyone hates me because nobody wants to be sequestered over the weekend. And I don't want to be sequestered, but guess what? I need to be true. I need to be honest, and I need to really hear my heart and my gut feeling. And the next card is the Nine of Wands. So this is like, I really feel you're at a stage in your life where you want to kind of give up, Libra. You don't want to go forward. You feel like you've been beaten down. You're tired of protecting what's yours. You're trying to make it happen, whatever it is, if it's through your art, if it's a business, you can't seem to gain some ground, right? And you have all these things that you want to protect and you really want to go forward, but at this point you're like, oh, it's not working. I just want to give up. When the when the Nine of Pentacles comes in, it's saying, it's not a time to give up. This is a time to take a minute, take a step back, lick your wounds, rejuvenate, and then get right back in there, because you're at number 9. You're almost there, right? Number 10, you're there. So don't give up right now. This is really important, because the inclination for you is to give up, Libra. And look, you've got the Two of Cups clarifying this. This is about treating people the way you want to be treated. So it's not about attacking people. It's about coming to someone with peace, harmony. If you want respect, then you need to respect others. If you want love, you need to love others. If you need people to cheer you on, you need to be a cheerleader too. So whatever you want out of life, ask yourself, you be the personification of what you want, and you will get that back. Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Comment, because I answer every comment and I live for interaction with you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.